this thing rolling. People, we got a special guest tonight. Let me get my podcast rolling. Give me 1 second, and we are good. All right, we are officially live. We got a big guest tonight, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate Diane. Cazimir is in the building tonight. People, what's going on? What's going on, Diane? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Great, man. Appreciate you coming into the podcast called The Painful Truth, where we talk about the painful truth on financial literacy, sometimes even on relationships, just about general topics of life. And what I do every Tuesday, as you know, I interview different individuals, entrepreneurs, such as yourself. And I can't wait for people to understand a little bit about Diana. Cazimir is in the building tonight. Diana, first and foremost, how's your day going? How's everything going?
My day is going good. Very productive. I'm here. And, everything is going well.
That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't know that me and Diana have a long relationship. And we always talk about different things of life when it comes to growth, when it comes to business, when it comes to elevating financially. And what Diana does is such a blessing for a lot of us that's upcoming entrepreneur. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself momentarily. And it's also a blessing to see a woman as herself doing it, especially a Black woman. And this is always great to see women entrepreneurs in this world that we live today growing and elevating. A lot of people may not know you, Diana. How can we start? Let's first start off with a little bit about who are you? What is your name? What is it that you do? Tell us a little bit about Miss Diana Cazimir.
Yes. So hi, good evening, everybody. So my name is Diana Cazimir. And yes, I am an entrepreneur and I am of Haitian descent. And I own 2 businesses. So I do own a cleaning company, which is Your Solution Cleaning. And I am the owner of Cazimir Co.
Which is a blessing. A lot of people may want to know. We know that you started from somewhere. As you started your ventures, before we get into what is it that you do exactly in these 2 ventures, what inspired you to get into these type of ventures?
What inspired me was having financial freedom and doing something that I love to do. Because I've been working different types of jobs, from customer service to janitorial to telemarketing, sales.
Woo.
So yes, so it's been a journey, even in the funeral industry, because back end work, paperwork, filing papers. So definitely something that I would love to do. I truly do believe, when you put your passion and when you have a passion for something and you love doing it, you don't have to worry about the money. It automatically comes and flows in.
You know what? A lot of people may want to know. Can you tell us a little bit about your business consultant business? Tell us, what is it that you do? What are your services? What is it that you bring to an entrepreneur?
Right. So Cazimir Co, what that is my business. I'm a business consultant. I am a certified business specialist. And pretty much what that is that I help startup businesses, people that may have an idea, don't know where to start, don't know what to do, how to get grants, get loans. I assist with incorporation services. I assist with getting grants, assisting you on how to actually get the grant step by step, what fundamentals that you're missing for your business. I help with bookkeeping, profit and loss statements. A lot.
When you say grants, is grants naturally for nonprofits or they're for profits? When you say grants,
they're actually for both.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So you can still have a business that is making money and you can still qualify for a grant.
If I'm an upcoming entrepreneur and I wanted a grant, what are some essential things I would need to get together to be able to get a grant? Because a lot of us are not educated on grants. A lot of us are not aware or not exposed to the importance of grants or even how grants work. What are some things I should be getting together if I'm an upcoming entrepreneur or I'm a long-term entrepreneur? What are some things I should be getting together for you?
Right. So certain steps that you need to qualify for a grant, you definitely have to legalize your business. Whichever state that you're in, legalize your business. Get a business bank account. Show money that is coming in, transactions that are going out. Because in order for you to be qualified for a grant, they want to see that you have a legitimate business that's up and running. Even if you're not necessarily making profit, but you're you're actually going through expenses for your business, they want to see these things. You have to file your taxes. Depending if your business is at a location, you have to get a local business tax receipt showing that you're able to operate business in that city, county, and state.
Well, let me ask you a question. What is the highest? Okay, what's the highest grant you've ever seen a person get approved for? What's the
I've
highest and what's the
The
minimum probably?
highest grant that I've had someone get was actually $37,000.
Wow. And when we're saying the word grant, just to clarify for the audience, is this something that they're not paying back after a certain
Yes.
amount of time, I'm assuming?
No. So grant is legitimately free money that you don't have to pay back. All yours,
Oh,
money that belongs that's funded for your business.
hold on, let me get this right. You're telling me I can start a business, have a corporation, preferably, let's say, start an LLC, okay? And I have my books in order,
Yep.
okay? If I don't have my books in order, you can help individuals with that. And you're telling me I could get free money to conduct my business and actually continuously service my business, and I don't have to pay this money back.
Absolutely correct. There's certain fundamentals for specific grants that you have to have in order to get it. Now, grants are not always easy.
Okay.
There's certain requirements. Sometimes it's a little tedious because you need a mission statement. You need a business plan at times. You may need to show certain documents that they need. But they're also as simple as making sure you're active on Sunbiz, for example, the state of Florida,
Okay.
making sure you're not inactive, making sure you filed your taxes, making sure your paperwork's in order. If you haven't filed taxes, for example, I have certain clients that they don't want to file taxes yet. So they use a profit and loss statement, which shows pretty much their annual, in their annual income and expenses that they have done for the entire year and still able to get qualified for a grant.
Wow. If I'm correct, you also told me you do taxes. And in
Yeah.
regards to taxes, what are some things that people should be getting prepared for if they're running a business, they want to do their business taxes? Because that's another service you do provide other than grants.
Right. So because I do personal, but as far as for business taxes, I usually give my clients a checklist. And what that checklist is, so let's say, for example, in your case, you're running
Okay.
a podcast, right? And
Yes.
so your office, how much was the
Okay.
expenses for your office, your phone bill, is, for example, the stand-up mic that you have, the
Okay. Oh wow. All expense,
right.
all
All
business
of these
related
are
expense.
right. So all of these things could be so anything that is expenses for your business, and even if as simple as a client, even if a client is paying you in cash, you still want to, see what's coming in, what's coming out. You still want to document everything, anything, even websites. Even if you have as far as like pencil, paper, pen, the clothes that you're wearing, because it's
Makes sense.
right.
As
Anything
long as you run
for
it through the business account, if I'm correct.
right, but it has to be
Okay.
relatable to the business. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Understood.
Right.
Let me ask this
So
question too. Not to cut you off.
no,
Continue. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no. So like for example, even if we had lunch and we had a meeting, and you paid for lunch, that's an
That's a
expense for your business.
business meeting expense. Yeah, correct.
Right.
A lot of us, especially the upcoming entrepreneurs, a lot of them may not know when you say corporation, what's the preferred corporation and why?
So different businesses have different entities. So it all depends on the business that you have.
Okay.
There's a lot of nonprofits, there's a lot of S corps, C corps, LLCs, and so it all depends on the type of business that you have, which will actually allow you, which I would recommend in which format to incorporate it.
Understand. Oh, it's based on the amount of principal owners or the type of business that you have. That's what's gonna determine what decision you make based on the type of entity you want.
Correct.
Now, I remember you stating also you do payroll also
Right.
as a business consultant. What is things that people should think about when they're doing payroll? An example for, let's say, should a lot of people ask me, Bobby, should I be a W-2 worker? Should I be a 1099? What is some advice you can give those individuals when it comes to payroll and getting their books ready?
Right. So, for example, with my cleaning company, I usually have my employees. I schedule them as 1099s.
Okay, understood.
So the reason why, because for them, they rather pay taxes at the end of the year.
Okay, understood.
You know what I mean? And every
Yeah,
job is different. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
Right. So you have some weeks where you can work 30 hours, and then you have some weeks where you can probably work overtime, over 40, 50 hours. So it all depends on, again, the business. Because some people, they prefer, I'll pay my taxes at the end of the year. I don't want to worry about taxes right now, or
Exactly.
right. So it
Now,
all depends.
my thing is, a lot of people are starting entrepreneurship. You're telling me you're a one-stop shop. A person could come start a corporation with you, get their books in order if they have employees. They could, of course, get their accounting in order. If they even need money to fund their business, you could also help them in that particular area. What do
Yes.
you feel, based on your experience of years of you doing this, what do you feel people could actually improve on? What area that you do that you think they could improve on?
Well, the area that people can actually improve on is, I would honestly say, file their taxes and use their business bank account. Simple.
Wow.
When you're trying to get fund, whether even if it's a loan, like a lot of people when they're filing their taxes, they always want to take a loss because they don't want to pay taxes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to pay taxes, because think about it. What bank is going to want to give you a loan if you're always taking a loss? They're not
Yeah,
going
that
to
makes no sense.
they're not
Makes
going
no
to
sense.
trust you. So you want to record now. Of course, the first couple of years of business, you're investing, you're putting in, you are technically funding your business on your own, and you are taking that L. But you still want to record, hey, this year I made, $5,000. Next year I made $7,000, and it's okay to pay taxes. There's different ways to. Now, there's ways where you don't have to pay as much taxes, and that all depends on the way you file, how your business is incorporated.
I definitely understand where you're coming from. So, what you're essentially saying is at least show some income. It's
Right,
not always a good thing to have a loss, because I realize that some people, they want to have a loss all night long just to have a nice tax return, not
right,
realizing your business is not building at all, because
at all.
every tax return is a loss. So how can you get either a grant, which is so impressive based on what you said earlier? It's free money, but you have to have certain things in order. But
Right.
some people have losses all night long. They think it's the smartest thing to do because they just want to have a nice big fat tax return. Let me ask this question too. In your world of being an entrepreneurship, I know you go through ups and downs, different hurdles. What
Oh,
is the biggest obstacles you go through being an entrepreneur, especially with all the services you provide to entrepreneurs?
whoa, that's a good one. So I would say balance and
Okay.
being consistent.
Hmm.
Being consistent, finding balance, structure, um, especially as well. When I started, I was funding it 100%. No help,
Wow.
no knowledge.
I could
Yeah,
imagine. Yeah, I could
right.
imagine.
Right.
It's
Early
not easy,
mornings,
man.
late nights, big sacrifices. You having to be the one to promote your business. You're having to be the one to do the accounting. You have to, if someone doesn't show up for work, guess who has to do the work? You do.
Do
So
you do you feel after a while it's imperative to get workers as an entrepreneur? When is a good time you
yes.
feel as an entrepreneur to get workers? Let me ask that question.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
When is a good time for entrepreneurs to eventually hire help? At what point of their venture you think?
You hire help when you notice you're starting to expand. You
Makes
can't
sense,
make
yeah.
the money by yourself. You need a team.
100%.
You need a
Exactly.
team. You need a team.
100%.
Team. I am definitely all about collaborating. You know what I mean? For example, when I started off with the cleaning company, well, it was actually me and my two friends, and we were doing the work. We were literally working our 9 to 5 job.
Wow.
And
Grinding,
you know
grinding,
what I
putting
mean?
in the
And
work.
in between time, we're like
Yeah.
doing the jobs. And now that they're no longer part of the company, people have different ventures and stuff like that. And so I still stayed in the paint. And when I was all by myself, there were times I had to clean houses by myself. There were times I didn't have help. And, you know, even if I was in a relationship, guess what? My man left me because he was like, this is too much. But it's all good because these are the things that you had to learn. Perseverance, you know, you had to learn how to stay strong. And
Very
so
true.
when I started getting so many calls, getting so much clientele, then I started hiring workers, and now it's sweatless.
And the reason I ask this for a lot of the audience members, if you guys have questions for Diane, feel free to post your questions below. A lot of us, as we're growing in business, we sometimes don't realize when to expand. When we say expand, expand meaning getting a worker. At a certain point of your business, you need a worker. You need help. You can't be two places at once. You can't do everything of your
Right.
business. As it's expanding, you're making more money. The point of making more money is actually to invest into your employees or your assistant or hire help. It's very important that when you look at big corporations, they have departments for a reason because they have managers of those departments to help, to guide, to manage. I got a question for you. What motivates you to continuously do what you do? Because I mean, you play a big role in the world of entrepreneurship for entrepreneurs. What continuously motivates you to continuously do what you do for the entrepreneurs that's upcoming?
My parents.
Wow.
My parents and my clients. I would honestly say, watch me, um, even though I was born in Florida, but my parents came from Haiti. And
Exactly.
seeing that
Same
my
here.
dad has always been an entrepreneur from the time that I'd known my dad, from the time I was born, seeing him strive, being consistent, knowing that my mom was working at a warehouse making $3 an hour, and she was able to save $30,000 to put down on our first home. And
Wow. Okay.
they paid that
Good.
house off and
Impressive.
got our second home. And so passive income, right? So that house is paid off, and right. So my parents motivate me every day. There's no excuse why I can't do it. They didn't learn English overnight. They didn't go to
Wow.
school. They didn't have the opportunity with grants, you know. So my mom, she taught me, listen, when you're running a business, you have to learn how to save your money. You have to learn how to cook your food. There's going to be times you can't go out to eat. My mom was
You got to make that sacrifice. Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That's
So it was
true.
a lot of
That's very true.
sacrifices, discipline, perseverance. So they motivate me. My clients, they motivate me so much because to be able to help someone get $7,000, $10,000, $15,000, $27,000, I'm telling you, like, and they're able, and I see their business is like it's a scaling business, and they're consistent, and they're listening, and they're doing their taxes, and they're able to get these things. It just inspires me because I'm able to help people reach to the next level. So it makes me feel good to know that I play a role, that I've helped, you know.
I feel the same way. Mentoring because I do a lot of mentoring. I feel the same energy. It's that's that intrinsic feeling that nobody can ever understand. The feel of
Yeah.
seeing people grow. I've seen people go from 20,000 a year to 200, 300,000 a year. I've seen people go from 50,000 a year to 120,000 a year. I see
Right.
people go from one house, one business to three businesses because of, again, I just love teaching. I love educating. And my thing is, you know, you going through what you've gone through and you consistently put in, empowering entrepreneurs. My thing is for your next movement, I know you say you do a cleaning venture. What is the challenges that you deal with the cleaning venture?
With the challenges that I face, believe it or not, it's not my employees, because
Oh wow. Okay.
I have a great staff, that are dedicated, that are loyal. You pay them well, they'll stay.
That's it.
But my
I believe in
challenge,
that.
right? But my challenge is that, and there's competition, of course. However, people say that I'm the most expensive. Now I tell them I'm a premium service company. Premium,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I'm
Quality
not.
is quality. It is what
Right.
it is.
And if you're looking for someone that is detailed, if you're looking for a company that, that specializes in deep cleaning, that I'm talking about, we provide the best top-notch quality products. I make sure there's a minimum of 2 employees at that job. We are a premium service company. Yes, we are licensed and insured, fully staffed, and we're available 7 days a week. So I tell people, hey, yeah, you can go to the other company, because they're like, oh my God, you're expensive. But once they try us the first time, they say, oh my gosh, you know what? You're expensive, but it's worth it because it's quality.
I'm gonna piggyback on that. I'm gonna say this for a lot of you that's watching, for a lot of you that's gonna watch. I want you guys to understand, quality is not always cheap. It's just like when you're buying material things like Louis Vuitton and Gucci. By theory, that's quality, and at the end of the day, it's not cheap. And so I could definitely understand because again, at one point in my life when I was coaching one-on-one sessions, I was like, $50, $100 an hour. Then I got to 400, and I got to $1,000 to $2,000 an hour. So I've learned that you just in business, it's not always important or valuable to your business to be the cheapest because again, you got to understand who you're targeting, and a lot of us don't understand that when you're building when you're building your entrepreneurship journey, it's okay to not be the cheapest. I'm always telling entrepreneurs that because you're going to target better clients, and then that person's going to refer you a different client that's on their same caliber. So a lot of us need to understand that. Now, for a lot of you that's just tuning in, I want you guys to understand we're here with Diane Cazimir, and I want you guys to understand. She's giving out gems tonight. She is a grant provider. I want you guys to understand, if you need grants, meaning money for your business, this is who you need to talk to. If you are want to start a business, this is who you need to talk to. If you need to understand how to do payroll because you have employees, Diane is who you need to talk to. She is Diane Cazimir, business consultant. She is good at what she does. She does very professional. Diane, how can people find you? You've given us so much great gems tonight. What social media? How can people find you? For people that want more information about your services, how can they find you on social media outlets?
Right. So you guys can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. My Facebook is my name, Diane, Diane. Last name Cazimir, Cazimir. I also have my business like page, which is Caz & Co. And you can find it under my name as well. On Instagram, it's Info Casco as well on Instagram. And you also can find my cleaning page, YS Cleaning LLC on Instagram, and Facebook, YS Cleaning.
And guys, make sure you guys understand, no matter when we're doing this video, I'm going to make sure I post everything tomorrow under the post so you get directly contacted to her. Now, I want you guys to hear this clear, okay? She does grants. You get free money as long as your business is structured. You get money that you don't have to pay back to start a business. She has done $37,000 grants to businesses. This is money you don't have to pay back. This is not PPP. This is free money that you don't have to pay back, people. Yep. A lot of us need to understand how valuable that is. All she's saying is if you come to her, she's going to guide you, of course. She got to get some things in order for you so you could be able to get these grants and different things that she provides. For upcoming entrepreneur, before we get off, I know a lot of us want to enjoy our night. My question to you, what's some advice you can give an upcoming entrepreneur? What's maybe 3 things you could possibly just give as advice to an entrepreneur that wants to start business? What's maybe 2 or 3 things?
Okay, so 2 or 3 things for an entrepreneur that wants to start a business. Definitely have a plan in place. You want to know, you want to have a plan. You want to know what are your goals, and they don't have to be big goals. I always created short-term goals and long-term goals. So a short-term goal can be, okay, I need to do my website by January 1st, versus my long-term goal can be, okay, I want to make $10,000 this year. But you have to have a plan in place, a plan in action to get to those things. I would also say have a mentor. Even if you can't afford to hire one, YouTube University.
Exactly. Come on. It's free.
For the free YouTube University.
It's free.
YouTube University. I would also say too, perseverance. Have faith. Believe in your business, even when no one else doesn't. Stay focused. There's going to be some low times. You're going to have some high times. There's going to be times you're going to be discouraged. You're going to give up, but you have to have perseverance. I cannot tell you guys how many times I wanted to give up, but I think first and foremost, God, God, that is my Lord and Savior. I can say that through him, he gives me strength. He pushes me. After him is definitely my parents. When I watch them and I see that they came from nothing, there's no excuse. I don't care what you're going through. Like, there's no excuse. You can do it.
People, listen, did you guys hear this? Imagine she's 36 years old, entrepreneur, running and conducting 2 different ventures, doing very well. She's also giving us gems on grants, which is free money. that you get from the government. A lot of us don't even talk about grants. Her service can get you money to start your business or can continuously produce the services of your business if you just take time to build it correctly. Diane, Cazimir, appreciate the love. Appreciate you taking time out your beautiful night to give us some great gems on you and your business consultant venture. Blessings and continue blessings for you and your venture. Appreciate all of you. Do anybody have any questions before Diana gets off this live? I will be posting all her social media outlets by tonight or tomorrow, so you guys can contact her directly if you want to start a business corporate kit, if you need payroll help, if you need business advice, if you need grant money, you need money for your business. Diana is that entrepreneur that you need to speak to. Any questions that we have for tonight when in regards to payroll, entrepreneurship, grant writing, all that good stuff? Unbelievable. I'm so proud of you, Diane. And I always say this to you, keep growing, get to the top, and never stop. And I love what she said at the end. Diana said something which is so beautiful. She says, in life, you got to believe in your business. You got to have faith. And a lot of you don't understand how important that is in business. It's not always easy. Even for myself to be doing these podcast interviews, I've been wanting to do this for 4 or 5 years. It takes time when you're ready to do these type of things. Nothing comes when you're ready. Let the man above guide you. When it's time, he's going to guide you. I want you guys to have a great night. Shouts out to you, Diana. Thank you for coming on this podcast live. And of course, we will be sharing all her information tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby, for having me. I appreciate it. Again, if you guys have any questions, he put all my information under this live, and we will go from there.
Guys, have a great night. Appreciate it. We had Diana Cazimir in the building tonight, people. She's a bookkeeping specialist. She's well educated in the world of grants, well educated in the world of course, payroll and financial entrepreneurship. She does a lot of things that I do, but even better. So make sure you guys communicate with her and make sure you are ready to get some of that free money she's talking about. Mentourme.com is what buy for Mentourme. You guys have a great night. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate you.
Thank
you.
Have a great night.